Hello, I'm Zash, and welcome to episode 20 of my Steins Let's Read. Today, will there be some chemistry between Okabe and Kurisu? Or maybe a physical reaction? Or perhaps a biology demonstration? Please, enjoy. Kurisu thrusts both hands into her lab coat pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. Good thing Daru hasn't used the lab coat, because who knows what she could have found in those pockets.
I don't want to think about it, but you know she must be swimming in that thing. It's gotta be huge.
Yeah, true. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon. So unfortunately, we'll have to leave it on the floor for now.
So you haven't tampered with the microwave at all?
I point to the exit 68000. There's code on the screen. It's in terminal mode now. We can change the factory settings like this. Make the microwave do things the manufacturer never intended. Like become a time machine.
How was it set when the discharge phenomenon occurred?
Yeah, all you have to do is set the flag B time machine equals 1. Nothing out of the ordinary. It was at the factory settings.
Are you sure there's no cheat code? I'll take banana.
Sorry, that's your line. The bunch of bananas only have 3 bananas left. Those are Mayuri's.
Oh, so I don't need your permission then. I'll go buy new bananas tomorrow. Or go buy bananas now.
But they're experimenting now.
So you're gonna use someone else's food? It's rude.
Yeah, but they're experimenting.
I would smack somebody using my food for experimenting. Don't care if it's in a time machine.
But
I can't eat it if it's in the past.
But experiments. It's
hammer to your head.
But experiments. It's an
like
experiment.
Food.
It's for.
Don't care.
It's for science.
Use your own shoe. I don't care.
But science.
If science says I need food in my belly. So
there's still 2 bananas left. And you get
2 bananas is not 3 bananas.
Yeah, but you get a whole bunch of bananas tomorrow.
Because that's really gonna happen.
Well, it's Kurisu saying this, so it might actually happen.
She's just as absent-minded as Rentaro is.
Okay, maybe, but she would if Mayuri came in and complained about the bananas missing, I could actually see Kurisu handing her money for a bunch of bananas right there on the spot.
That might work.
Kurisu takes 1 banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the PhoneWave, name subject to change. She begins to type on her phone. She pushes send, and the PhoneWave, name subject to change, begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings.
Nothing happened.
The banana is still in the microwave, unjellified. See? Banana's fine.
Ow!
Kurisu yelps suddenly as she tries to take out the banana and quickly draws back her hand. She starts blowing on her fingers. Okay, the banana might be a bit toasty.
In the microwave.
For 2 minutes.
Hot. Really?
Meaning the microwave functioned normally. This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function, but we knew that already. Undaunted, Kurisu throws in a new banana and once again begins reverse rotating for 120 seconds. The second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past.
You baked 2 of my bananas.
I guess what happened earlier was an irregularity after all. Oops, sorry, I stepped on your line. Mikise was imitating
Rentaro, that's all.
Okabe for some reason. I don't know if it's an irregularity or not, but we ought to investigate the cause.
I agree.
We agree for once. Someone mark this day on the calendar.
It'll be important later.
But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the PhoneWave, named subject to change, is in fact a time machine. In the previous experiment, after spending 120 seconds in the PhoneWave, named subject to change, the banana teleported back to the bunch, jellified. We should consider that it returned to the state 120 seconds before.
Wrong. If it returned to its state 120 seconds before, it wouldn't be jellified.
So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time. The chicken returned to its frozen state without jellifying.
That logic is dubious. Sure, it ended up frozen, but did you examine the possibility that it might have jellified first?
No, I didn't.
Couldn't you tell the difference?
Well, if it's frozen solid, you can't. It could
It's
be
green!
solid. Well, that might be something unique to the bananas.
Well, it might be that the banana's constitution just can't handle going back.
I think Mayuri ate the refrozen chicken. Salt didn't jellify.
You mean nothing changed?
After the discharge phenomenon occurred last time, we spent all night experimenting with cabbage, radishes, rice, cognac. Is that how you spell cognac? Melon bread, crunchy coon, and cup noodles. Nothing happened. Okay, what the hell is crunchy coon?
Captain Crunch, maybe?
Maybe. Fictional, a brand of popsicle, popular throughout Japan. In addition to the standard soda flavor, over 50 varieties are sold, including cola, grape, and limited promotional flavors. Win may be written on one part of the stick. A winning stick earns a free popsicle. Chance of winning are rumored to be about 2%.
Okay.
The same thing happened with liquids. On that day, our success rate took a 180-degree turn. Before the discharge phenomena, everything succeeded. After the discharge phenomena, everything failed.
Is the microwave storing electricity? You said that jellified objects became fractal structures, right? Salt has a simple structure by nature, so maybe that had an effect. But how could electricity be related?
Here, we should think under the assumption of a time travel theory.
No. It's not good to start thinking from the conclusion.
Yep.
Just true.
We've already had several successful experiments. You can't deny that.
I'm not especially concerned whether this thing is a time machine. To begin with, it's physically impossible for this tiny little microwave to produce enough energy equivalent to the Big Bang.
Kurisu frowns deeply.
We can't reproduce the discharge phenomenon nor the fractalization. There should be a reason why. We haven't changed our methods. We haven't changed the settings. We haven't changed the experimental subjects either. There must be some other variable. Maybe the discharge broke it.
Maybe it's the one who observes it.
What do you mean by that?
Quantum theory. The observer is an important element to the experiment.
There were 4 of us here when the discharge phenomenon occurred last time. But before that, it occurred when Hashimoto was alone. Each time fractalization occurred, there were either 2 or 3 people observing. You and I each saw both phenomena. In other words, the conditions haven't changed.
In that case... There must be some other variable. It's on the tip of my tongue. Any guesses at what it is?
It needs to be higher?
Then I hear a rumbling sound from Kurisu's stomach.
Oopsies.
Hungry?
Shut up. I haven't eaten anything since lunch.
Kurisu turns away as she looks at her watch.
It's already 8?
Just eat a banana. But only one of the 2 we just warmed. They are, after all, the fruit of our experiments.
Oh my god.
Or you could take something from our stock of cup noodles.
Food.
Don't want any? Well, since you have lived in America for so long, I guess you'd preferred fast food instead?
Cup noodles.
What?
I'll have cup noodles.
Cup noodles?
What flavors?
Oh, hold on. We've got a mail from Shining Fingers, my bet.
Oh, let's see.
Nope.
No!
It's Lukako again. They didn't defile me. They just made me wear girls' clothes.
You can never tell. Of course, that's not good either, but...
Yeah. There's soy sauce flavor and chicken flavor.
Chicken.
She seems in the mood to eat.
Also, do you have a fork?
I guess she's out of practice with chopsticks.
Might be.
It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any. And ever since then, we've been examining the PhoneWave, name subject to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs Daru wrote are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. A wizard is a hacker that's so good it makes what he does look like magic. Kurisu's been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months. She did say she was going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wanted to. But in that case, why didn't she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay. No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Mayuri has a curfew, so she goes back home to Ikebukuro. Daru and I frequently stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Is it normal there? I know it's not normal here in Canada.
No, not really.
Okay. Christina, is it okay for you to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family.
No need.
What? Do your parents let you do whatever you want? Kurisu turns to me and sighs.
I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother is in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand?
What? Living in a hotel? Well, true. Renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should be at least able to use a motel instead of a hotel, right?
I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo.
What sort of hotel?
What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu.
Ochanomizu? Then you can walk there from here, can't you?
Sure.
What, they're laughing at your attempts to speak Japanese?
Yeah, Mom's laughing. I bet that'll sound good on YouTube other than get shush.
I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So tell me about your father.
Sorry?
You said you hadn't seen him in 7 years.
Why do you care about my father?
You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please?
No. You're crazy.
You are my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries. So tell me everything that's on your mind. On her mind, My boss is a complete whack job?
Possibly. Ellipses.
Kurisu pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong?
I have nothing to say to you.
Oh, I know. Your father was a hero, but then he fell to evil and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes... Right? And in the future, you two are destined to fight and...
Oops.
I think I heard Kurisu's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you?
Don't make fun.
Kurisu doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. And not the good kind of mad, like mad scientist mad. She's angry.
Of people's family issues like that. You're trampling on my heart.
Ellipses. Could her father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. Try to think of the words, but before I could say anything... Hell yeah! Daru's war cry echoes through the lab. Did you get it? Mission complete. Daru shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives the thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Yahoo! And the IBN 5100 database? That's separate, duh. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normally unreadable code, so there's a limit on what can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. There are positions higher than that? There's something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council, eh? Okabe's sounding Canadian, eh?
Yeah.
What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy.
Ellipses.
Kurisu looks at me oddly. Or coldly. Whatever. Let's leave the IBN 5100 database for another day. Run a search for data on the time travel research. Okie dokie. That Z program we saw last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That. And the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. Kurisu stares holes into the monitor. Her angry expression has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of CERN's actions. Its deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, baby. Found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Program, Z program, Z obviously stands for Jelly. It's Zeri in Japanese.
Yeah. Jelly starts with a J. Jelly.
Careless mistake. So uncool. What I mean to say is that there's no way it could have had such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it! He displays a graphic on the monitor. It looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letters reads, Z program, top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed?
1954.
I asked Daru, but Kurisu answers instead, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with the Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBN 5100 put on market? 1975. So maybe that's why the IBN 5100 was central to CERN's operations. The years match, after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. No, Okabe, there doesn't. Maybe the IBN hid their proprietary programming language in the IBN 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators, and both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Ugh, a JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint.
The text isn't in French.
What's on screen right now looks like English. And gee, someone's spent the last 7 years in America. So she should at least have some grasp of the English language. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though.
CERN's purpose heading into the 21st century shall be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. ruled by the committee, that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Oh, that's not creepy.
Okay, Okabe might be onto something. As scary as that thought is, the organization apparently, yeah.
It's insane, okay.
Okay, he's not crazy and paranoid. He's the one true sane man.
Or maybe he's just an idiot savage. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Kurisu suddenly starts speaking at a stilted clip. Oh right, Makise she can do English. Way to go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it?
Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy book.
Daru relinquishes his chair, allowing Kurisu to sit in front of the computer.
In order to maintain this project's secrecy, and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the Z group. Z, like the Greek omega or the Cyrillic Ya. It is forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek in its significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret program spanning international borders. Like electromagnetic wave research, it has been approved for top priority funded by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all other research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret.
I guess Kurisu's reading the preface to a document. It's getting rather dull.
How was that dull?
It's confirming everything you've been saying, Okabe. This is not dull. This is the proof that you are not insane. This is the proof that the organization does exist.
Come on.
This is everything you need. Is there anything specific about what exactly the Z program is? Daru types on the keyboard from the side, bringing up another window.
Here. This can't be.
Kurisu bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it?
The purpose of the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton-proton collisions.
Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel!